The trial of a local TikToker accused of killing his wife is about to begin over 2 years later.
This is about protecting our nation. We've already let terrorists in, drugs, the drug cartels have control of the border, sex trafficking, drug trafficking.
How military veterans say they're trying to secure the border themselves. And we find out if this is even legal.
Plus, state of emergency, the plea for help from local animal shelters this morning.
We're throwing away 40% of our food. It's just got to be a better way.
And this week's Earth Day, we're riding along with Feeding San Diego as they divert 1.2 million pounds of food from landfills to people who need it.
It's 6 a.m. on Tuesday, April 30th, and you're up with CBS 8. And thank you so much for being here at 6 a.m., everyone. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Iranpour. Glad to have you with us here. And we want to start off with your forecast. I think yesterday, I felt so spoiled being around outside. It was so nice. The
Gorgeous
sun.
day.
It was really nice yesterday. Can we repeat it, please?
We shall. We will repeat it
Great.
really all week long, which is beautiful. Amazing, right? We can't be more excited to have another dry week on hand, sunny skies each day. What we are still competing with, though, is that dense layer of clouds that pushes onshore overnight and is abundant yet again this morning. So you can see it stretching to about the 15 freeway, pulling back into the next hour or two. Forecast shows that by the afternoon, we'll be under partly cloudy skies. So that's going to be AM cloud cover, PM sunshine. Temperatures in the upper 60s along the coast, 70s inland and across the mountains, and then 90s for the deserts. Coming up, we'll talk about the chance, very small, but chance there for a little bit of rain as we get into the upcoming weekend. Back to you.
Following breaking international news here, a 13-year-old boy dead after police say a man wielding a sword attacked people, including 2 police officers. This happened in East London.
The 36-year-old suspect is under arrest. 5 people were taken to the hospital. Right now, this is not being treated as terror-related. 4 law enforcement officers in North Carolina are dead. They were shot as multiple law enforcement agencies tried to serve an arrest warrant at a home in Charlotte.
Police say the suspect shot 8 officers with a high-powered rifle. The suspect was killed. Yesterday was one of the deadliest days for law enforcement since July of 2016, when 5 Dallas police officers were shot and killed during a protest against police abuse.
And now here at home, in about 3 hours, jury selection set to get underway in the trial for this man. TikTok creator, he's accused of killing his estranged wife and her friend.
This happened over 2 years ago. CBS 8's Regina Yorita is live downtown with a look back at what happened and what we can expect moving forward here. Regina?
Yeah, guys, that's correct. And this is for the trial of Ali Abulaban, a TikTok creator who's accused of killing his estranged wife and friend. The killings happened back in 2021 during a downtown high-rise apartment. But I want you to take a look inside the courtroom when that preliminary hearing was happening, because multiple times he had outbursts during that courtroom. At one point, he had screamed at a witness and the judge. And once again, during the showing of autopsy photos, it drew a tense reaction from his wife's family and friends. Now, prosecutors allege Ali believed his wife was cheating on him with her friend, but the deputy district attorney says Anna had moved on from their marriage long before the shooting, citing domestic violence incidents. Once he moved out of their apartment, prosecutors allege he secretly made a copy of the apartment key. He allegedly later told investigators that while his wife was away, he used a copied key to enter the apartment, then installed an app on his daughter's iPad that allowed him to monitor live audio inside the apartment. While listening to the app, he overheard his wife and her friend giggling. Prosecutors say he then drove to the complex from a Mission Bay hotel and shot both of them. Ali is a TikTok creator who had over 100,000 followers and went by the handle Jing Kid. He's being charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, allegations of using a handgun in the killings, and could face the death penalty if convicted. So back out here outside the county courthouse, he remains in custody without bail. As far as the jury selection, that will happen around 9 a.m. Of course, we'll be following this case, so make sure to check back on CBS8.com. For now, that's the latest here in downtown. Ned and Eric, I'll send things back to you guys.
All right, Regina, thank you for the update on that. Now, new this morning, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel will invade Rafah with or without a ceasefire deal. That's where thousands of Palestinians are taking shelter right now. Negotiations are underway to free Israeli hostages, but Netanyahu says they will enter Rafah to eliminate Hamas. This from overnight. Student protesters at Columbia University seized a building on campus. This comes hours after the school began to dismantle a pro-Palestinian encampment and suspended students who would not leave voluntarily. Here at home, a pro-Palestinian student organization at San Diego State University holding a walkout today. They're demanding the university to divest from funds they say profit from the war in Gaza.
Today, temporary fencing is being installed around the Oceanside Pier to block access after last week's fire did all this damage here. Right now, the fire department is ruling out arson as a possible cause of this. The fire gutted a building that used to house a restaurant. Investigators say the fire started outside of the building on the northwest corner of the pier, possibly underneath the promenade deck. They say the fire appears to have been accidental. And this morning, the city of San Diego now one step closer to having a new chief of police. City Council members approved current Assistant Chief Scott Wall. The next step is for the City Council to officially vote. If passed, which seems likely, Wall would take over as San Diego's new top cop on June 7th. Right now, several animal shelters across the county are in a state of emergency. And this morning, several organizations are coming together to raise awareness and to get those pets adopted. CBS 8's Chris Groh live at the San Diego Humane Society on what happens to be Adopt a Shelter Pet Day here today. Chris?
Yeah, good morning. And so the need is out there, right, to adopt and even to foster. And not just the San Diego Humane Society who is seeing this, again, extreme need here for their dogs to be adopted, but we also have Paws of Coronado here, as well as other partner organizations that are going to be part of this big announcement that will happening later today. So Chancel here with Paws of Coronado. We have Drax here, and unfortunately, the last time we were here together, Drax was also here. So what does that sort of say again about the need, just how many dogs are unfortunately meeting so many people, but just not finding that forever home?
Yeah, I mean, we do have a lot of very adoptable dogs, just like Drax, that, you know, they just want to make it into a home, have a family. They're good with people, obviously. They're great with dogs. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many of them that need a home right now.
What are you guys seeing there on the front lines when it comes to surrenders and maybe reasoning or people saying what it is that is going on that they're not able to adopt or maybe not keep their dogs?
You know, I don't think we see so much owner surrenders, but usually it is, you know, if they're moving, health concerns in the family. We actually see a lot of abandoned animals in Coronado. So we get a lot more dumps down there than we do surrenders. So dogs left at various parks and places all over the city.
Wow. And so for a dog like Drax, who, again, the temperament is perfect. He's really, again, just one of those kind of cool family dogs. Maybe one of the things that people should know about a dog like Drax is sort of like what kind of family or what kind of lifestyle he may fit into. And so let's keep it specific to Drax here. What kind of a family would look to maybe be a perfect match for him?
So Drax is a pretty easygoing guy. I mean, he's like the perfect mix. He can hang out on the couch with you, watch movies with you, but he also loves to go for walks. He has been in a foster home over the weekend, and that foster actually took him for some light jogs. So he's a really awesome mix. Yeah.
How important are those foster families to be able to kind of give you guys reports on maybe a little bit who they are in their truer self when they're home as opposed to in the shelters?
That is really huge for us. It is why we've started offering day fosters, weekend fosters, because it provides so much feedback for us. A lot of times when they've been in the shelter for, you know, even 3 months, we don't know how they are in a home. So when people do take them home for those little foster outings, we get a lot of feedback about what home they will do best in. So it's super helpful for us.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chancel. And again, Drax, thank you so much. And we will be hearing from, again, a number of different organizations coming up here at 10 a.m. Talking about this explicit need here from the community to help, get these guys and girls some really good, permanent, loving homes, forever homes, because the fostering, again, is a big help, and adopting can be an even bigger help. So foster failures, that is a very loving term.
Right.
It's a real thing, yes, for sure.
You just keep the dog that you're supposed
Drax
to
says,
watch
come get me.
temporarily.
Drax is ready for you.
Yes, what a sweetheart. Leaning on your leg like that. Oh,
Look at that.
That is
He's a
love
lover.
right there.
Snuggle.
Chris,
All
we're
right,
counting
thanks,
on your
Chris.
track record to get all
Yes,
these
he's
pets
successful.
adopted. So
Yes.
anytime he puts one on live television, seems to find a family. So let's hope that's the case.
He's got a very
Thanks,
good
Chris.
dog batting average
Look,
of getting them adopted. That's right. Good success right
Showing
there.
him off like that. Thank you, Chris. We'll check back with you throughout the day.
It'd be awesome to just do a follow-up and who Dax's new owner is.
I love
after
seeing
this
those
segment.
Totally.
Yes.
And a foster failure right here.
Foster
yeah.
failure
Yay.
myself. That's right. Rebel, I got, nursed her back to health, and then they were like, you can bring her back. And I was like, no, I can't. I was like, I'm keeping her. She cannot go back to that shelter. I need her in my home with me. 6:10 right now on the clock. It's a cloudy start to the morning along the coast as that marine layer stretches onshore, pulls back steadily as we head into the mid-morning. So that's going to be 8, 9, 10 a.m. that we really start to see those clouds break apart and we get more sunshine. Upper 60s along the coast this afternoon, mid 70s inland. Mountains are going for 72 degrees. We were hoping yesterday to make it above average. We did not do so. We instead matched average. So Sunday was at 69 degrees as our afternoon high. Again, these are coming in from the San Diego International Airport. 69 degrees is what we saw yesterday as well. We don't have the expectation of reaching above average today. We will probably be right around 68, maybe 67 degrees. But you can see how we've had a pretty notable stretch of cooler than normal temperatures or at normal temperatures. It has been nearly 2 weeks since we've made it into the above average range, and that means making it into the 70s along the coastline. Walking out the door right now, Ramona's at 41, 52 in Alpine, 53 in El Cajon, and 60 for San Diego. If you go up to Oceanside, you're at 56 degrees to kick off the morning, and we are finally starting to see those wind speeds die down. Not going to be for too long. We do have an incoming trough of low pressure this weekend that could trigger a few showers primarily across our mountains, but otherwise our inland valleys could also see some of those showers as well. In general, we're seeing those calmer wind speeds, wind gusts. You can see how those sustained speeds are going to stay around 10 miles per hour, and this goes for Julian specifically. Gusts are going to be up toward 20 miles per hour by the afternoon. Still westerly flow that we have. This is much improved from the 50, 60 mile per hour gusts we were talking about as we ended last week. Let's check in on traffic at 6:12 on the clock right now. So far, your roads are pretty smooth. Do want to take you to one stalled vehicle that just popped up because it's the only thing that we have on our maps here that could be causing some difficulty. Right now, you see green across the 8 westbound. That could change, but the exit ramp from the 8 westbound to Severin Drive is blocked with that stalled vehicle. Again, this just popped up. CHP is on scene. So if they don't get that cleared relatively quickly and volume picks up, then we could start to see some stop and go traffic in that area. Let's check in on your border wait times this morning. 135-minute wait. Going to take you quite a while to get across the San Ysidro Port of Entry. That is well over 2 hours that you'll be waiting. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is about 100 minutes, so still about an hour 40 in total. All right, it is just about to hit 6:13. Coming up after the break, a faster way to stop food waste and get that food to people in need. We'll be back with our Earth Aid after this.